Okay. Hello. Uh, yeah, I don't know why it was like the. I don't know why the category was wrong. I changed it twice, but never mind. Um, yeah. Like I was going to say though, we should be able to finish this game today. I'm fairly confident that we can. Oh, that's the wrong button. Whoops. Um, yeah, I'm sure we could probably like wrap all these up. Maybe not the drift races, if I'm being brutally honest, but I might do. So I guess the number one priority is taking out Darius and his mates. So I don't know. I might mop up the drift races and the sprint race first before we move to new territory, but I'm doing okay. Um, Hang on, I need to. Is this loud on my end or is it just loud in general? No, I'll take it down on my end. But yeah, it was weird. Yeah, I've been alright. It's been a bit warm today though. Well, they're saying that it has, like, it's started to cool down, which is nice. You know, I'm not roasting like I was the other day. Like I was saying in J server, it's the driest spring we've ever had, which isn't exactly good. No word of a lie, we haven't had rain in over a month. This isn't. Don't know if I'm gonna be able to catch up to these two. How the hell am I supposed to be faster than an SLR McLaren and a Lamborghini Murcielago? At least I think it's a Murcielago at front. Yeah, it's 61% of the way and I'm nowhere near them. I'm just gonna... give it another try. Reload the opponents. That's the drift race. That's not what I'm looking for. Oh, someone crashed into a wall. Could you stop brake checking me? That would be great. They did it again. This could be going a lot worse. Oh, of course, there's a police car right round the corner. Yeah, because that happens. Okay. Never mind. I got out of that one pretty scot-free, huh? Pursuit time of 2.89 seconds. So what? There's a pair of drift races, I assume? Yeah. And then there's a circuit race and a drift race in this sector. And then there's 4 races here. So are there any bits that give me performance upgrades? Chevy Corvette C6. The drift race here gives me suspension. Yeah. That's tyres and brakes. Turbo and supercharger. That's a Dodge Viper. And transmission. Right, okay, so we'll do these 2 sprint races then, I guess. And then the speed trap. Curious to know if the Evo is as good at handling as it is in Most Wanted. Because I know that in Most Wanted 05, the Lancer Evo 8 is the best handling car in the game, sans the M3 GTR. I'd be wondering to know if the same would be true here. Oh, nice one, Nikki. Despite some slight mishaps, I think we might be fine. I'm going to say I think because I don't want to jinx it. Oh yeah. Alright, so now I've got a transmission and a piece of my territory is under attack. Yay. Sometimes I wish they'd just leave my stuff alone. You know? Like, I don't think it's that hard. I conquered this stuff myself. I think it should be I think it should be mine, you know? Sorry, what? Shelby GC350? Probably 500 actually. Gonna be honest, I don't think I'm winning this one.
District 2 be advised. A reckless driver has just been reported heading eastbound. I need units to clear and start up.
No, I'm not winning that. I'm just gonna... Right. So what, then the sprint. And then we take the things... No, stop that. We take the things that we won, and then we go do the speed trap. Not entirely sure what I'm going to play once Carbon's finished on the Fridays. I still want to do like racing games. So I might put Gran Turismo 4 in that slot. And we'll play Gran Turismo 4 on the Fridays until I'm done with that. And then maybe Burnout Paradise, because my mate got me the Paradise Remaster because he wanted me to play it on stream, so I might do that. Oh, that was an interesting crash. And Nikki just crashed into a taxi. I think I played it on my uncle's PS3 like once, and that was it. Thank you, random AI driver, for smashing into the back of my car. Oh, and of course you're in an SLR McLaren. Why would you be in anything else? That is such massive amounts of bullshit. They overtake me on the second to last turn. Thank you, Corvette driver, for brake checking me on a turn. Honestly, compared to Most Wanted, the AI in this game is shockingly shit. They brake check you constantly, they can't drive, they keep crashing into shit. Yeah. It's something I've caught myself thinking about, like, people do massive big budget games, like single releases, maybe even 2 if you're lucky, right? $100 million budget, like AAA things. I think I'd much rather have like 5 or 6 different games with significantly shorter budgets. Like, make a whole bunch of interesting stuff, why not? I keep crashing into things, it screws me over. I'm rerolling my opponents, I can't deal with this. Which one was it? This one. I want to play Tokyo Extreme Racer on stream as well. I've been really enjoying that.
Attention Channel 2. We just received numerous complaints regarding a speeding vehicle that was last seen heading north.
So I think I've got a decent pile of racing games to play through. Right, actually, do you know what? I need to stick some bits in this because it can't. I'm struggling. Wait, so what was suspension then? Was it the drift race? Or one of them? Yeah, this one. Okay. Nope. Alright, let's give this a shot. I need to change cameras. But honestly, there's been a lot of really good remasters recently. Which is nice, I guess. What the fuck happened there? It's like all of a sudden it just stopped turning. No, I screwed that up. See, but they can't. At least not with PS3 stuff. So the reason why is because the PS3 belonged to a time where Sony thought that more complicated equals more better. And, spoilers, that wasn't the case. Suffice to say, the PS3's architecture is so bespoke that it's incredibly painful to try and emulate on modern computers, never mind a console. Like, there's a reason why 20 of them were duct taped together and put into a supercomputer array for the US government. And also why it was $600 at launch. Yeah. Something that people seem to forget, or at least weren't made aware of, really. As far as the 7th generation goes, the PlayStation 3 actually won that generation. It sold more than the 360, and there were more people that used the PlayStation Network as well. The only reason why people think that Xbox won was because they won the early fight by a landslide. But by the end of the generation, PlayStation was the better choice. Which is nuts, given where it started. That, what? As if. Okay. I don't think I won, did I? No. How much did I lose by? Oh, 100,000 points. I wouldn't have if I didn't scrape that wall. You so much as sneeze near a barrier, it's like, oh, you collided with something, your drift's cancelled. There we go. So let's look at the difference. Yeah, see there, 100 and 100. I don't know about like a 300,000 something point different. Suspension, yay. What else do I get? Engine, hey, brilliant. All right, so we go back now. No. We go to this, and then we go to that. And now we stick a better engine in it, and suspension. Slightly towards oversteer, and then we buy the bits. And there we go, voila, fantastic, wonderful. Where's that sprint race that I was doing? Is it this one? No. Actually. Yes, it was. This one. Stupid BMW. Why is that Subaru making a V8 sound? Has someone got a V8 swapped Subaru? What? Oh my god, you're kidding. Alright, so I should say as well, I'm not gonna lie, Darius is gonna be hard. Like, really, really hard. It's just my luck, isn't it? I mean, thankfully, Nikki wins. So...
Units on the pursuit. For your information, vehicle was last seen heading east. I have a go to set up a containment. Switch call over to TAC 3.
Did they unweeb the Scooby? Someone actually does have a WRC compliant, or at least it was last time I checked, Ferrari V8 swapped Scooby, which was insane. Ferrari weren't very happy, but the guy told them to get stuffed because it came from a wrecked car that they had no intention of fixing, so... Ferrari's like the Nintendo of the car world. Like, they make really good cars most times, but god do they treat their customers like absolute garbage. God, I'm not even halfway through the race. Jesus. Oh, that's a bus.
Units monitoring. We have a 911 report of a speeding vehicle, last seen eastbound. I need units to clear and head up that way, please. Transport Sierra 16. Units have detailed and are en route.
That was bullshit. See what I mean about the AI not being very bright? They all crashed into each other. Genuinely, how was I supposed to see them? Thanks, Nikki. Oh my god, right, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not. Alright, let's try this. Alright, do not take that jump. That was better. It would help if people would stop playing dodgems and stop ramming each other, but... Oh, that Porsche is dead. Oh, of course you're on the... Okay. Oh, yeah, thanks. Cheers, mate. Oh, for God's sake. Hi, Hannah.
Roger that, Bravo 2-4. Detailing units now.
Okay. We now have turbo. Oh my god, there's police cruisers everywhere. Jesus Christ.
Officers on a pursuit call. Suspect vehicle was last seen westbound. Containment is to include immediate area and everything west of his last known direction of travel. Wait after further info.
I avoided them just by like a fraction of a second. Right, so what's here then? Nitrous. Sure, we'll just do that. We'll just do that straight away because that's a checkpoint race. That's easy. Well, easier. Sorry to hear about that, Hannah. That sounds like it was rough. I'm okay. I've just been a bit warm. Been busy though. I've been applying for jobs as well. Oh, that sounds interesting. Whoops. Yay. $500 grand. Wow, I've got 500 grand to spend. That is a lot. I'm assuming this is another canyon race. Oh no, it's one in the city. Okay. Actually, what I might do is I'll stick the bits in first. Alright, so we're at Stacy Turbo, so I'll put it more towards high RPM than not. We've got brakes, we've got tyres, put that more towards grip. Nitrous, put it on duration. And then we've got a transmission as well. I'm going to put it more towards top speed, because we do actually have enough torque to the point where we can get away with that. No. Yes. Okay, so I don't know if I want to go through and do some of the races that are like in my other bits, because I don't want to really be losing any territory, but then I don't know. What does it give me? Turbo. We'll do that one. Thank you, AI cars, for smashing me into a wall. Fucking hell, Nikki. Jesus. There we go. Pinch another bit. And we also have tier 3 engine now, so hooray. I would like to go to the safe house. Stick the engine in there. Put it more towards torque. And turbo again, more towards high RPM. Oh, what was that? A Float Rocket 6, I'm assuming. Thank you for the raid, welcome in. My name is Lineth. I am a fox spirit. I live in the wilderness with my little village, and these are my villagers. How was your stream? Yeah. No, they've got a speed trap going down in Kempton. Should be alright. At least I think so. Oh god, never mind, there's a Veyron there. Ugh. I'm gonna restart, that was terrible. The amount of times I've crested a ridge and gone straight into the face of another car is so annoying. Thank god I still managed to win. Jesus. Alright. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Go away. So that's Lamborghini. That gives suspension tier 3. And then that's the Lamborghini. So... I mean, so... I've only been going for about an hour. I could probably... I kind of want to drag it out a bit, so... I'll do the suspension. And then... maybe... the Race Wars stuff? And whatever's like whatever else is not done on my end. I just need to switch to the RX-7. I might honestly go and buy a tier 3 car and turn it into a drift thing, because I'm not sure if the RX-7 is like quick enough to reliably do stuff, but I don't know. I mean, I might be wrong. I'm just thinking, yeah, actually, I might do that, because I'm just thinking a quicker car might be easier. I don't know, Z06, Evo 9, GT500, Challenger, Skyline GCR, Shelby GT500. A Supra could be a good choice. Yeah, I'll go for the Supra. So we go back to the safe house, and we chuck some performance bits in it. Low RPM turbo. Actually, no, high RPM turbo, because I'll be hammering the red line, to be fair. A bit more of a front bias for the brakes. Drift tyres. We have acceleration, transmission, and then oversteer suspension. That should do. I mean, I could actually probably put... I'll put a stage 2 engine in it. Give it a bunch of torque. Actually, well, no, probably horsepower, I think. And I'll put some aftermarket race nonsense on it. Yeah, that'll do. Sure. Yeah. And then I'm gonna put some... Oh, they look fine. Put them to like 18s. Yeah, that'll do. And then give it some like funky paint. Like bright. Yeah, there we go. Excellent. Now that is a drift car. Right, let's give this a shot. I play it sometimes. Did I not give it nitrous? That was an oversight. Yeah, carbon is what I grew up with, so I'm very intimately familiar with it. I did play, I played Underground and Most Wanted first, but Carbon is the one that I had the most immediate access to. So it's naturally what I played the most. No. Alright, I'm gonna put some nitrous on this, because I feel like I could probably deal with, or do with it. Nitrous... Sure. We'll put it more towards velocity, because I feel like that's what I need for a drift car. Okay. Carbon Underground and Most Wanted were my childhood. Fair. And based, to be honest. See, the best version of the game... well, I mean Most Wanted, right? So the best version of Most Wanted, without mods, is the Xbox 360 version. And at least, as far as I'm aware, that goes for like 50 quid. Which is insane. Like, that's how much it was new, I'm sure. If not less. Oh no, I screwed up. I have it for PC, I have it for PS2, and I've considered getting it for the original Xbox because the Insignia team might provide replacement multiplayer services for it. No, I'm starting that again. Oh, yeah, that sucks. I've only kind of sort of dealt with water damage with, like, my house. We were moving out of the house, actually, so it wasn't our problem, but, it was a botched repair job from ages ago that had finally reared its ugly head, and, yeah, the house had to be completely rebuilt from the interior because the floors were all compromised, the kitchen was, like, flooded. Wasn't particularly, good. Like, it had gotten so bad because it had been left to fester for like 2 weeks. Because, like I said, we were moving out of the house, so we hadn't been in. Screwed it up. And, like, when we walked in, you could smell the mold. Like, there was mold on the carpet. And not like, not like, you know, black mold like you'll find in older houses and such. I mean, like mold. God, I'm gonna be here for ages. I'm sorry about that. That sucks. But yeah, like I was saying, we dealt with water damage, kind of. It was a botched repair from years ago in the house that we're moving out of. So it wasn't our problem, and we didn't cause it. It just happened because, ironically, the landlord asked his mate to fix the problem, and his mate did a shit job of it. So it eventually showed itself, and the house had to be rebuilt from the inside out, pretty much. All of the roofs were compromised, all of the carpets had mold on it, the kitchen was flooded. Thankfully, most of our stuff had been moved out, so like all the stuff that we had there still was in rooms that were either less affected or not affected at all. It was still a not exactly ideal situation to be in, though, regardless. Right, okay, so that's now started. We're not going to do that just yet. I want to do some other stuff around the map first before we do this, because I've only been going for about an hour and 10 minutes, and if I do that, then it's going to be like the end of it. So I kind of want to drag this out a bit. But yeah, it was to do with one of the toilets. I think it was like the top floor. So we had a 3-floor terraced house, and the top floor toilet, one of the water pipes burst or broke or something, whatever, and the guy fixed it with tape. So yeah, that went about as well as you can imagine. I'm honestly quite surprised it didn't cause problems sooner. But it must have been causing structural damage over time because, well, like I say, when we went back to collect what was left of our stuff, so we walked upstairs, the carpet was all damp, the kitchen, like I say, was flooded on the bottom floor, and the master bedroom, the ceiling had completely crumbled, collapsed, broken. You could see like the ply boards that made up the floor of the upper floor. Yeah, and like I say, this was the landlord's mate that did this, right? So it was the landlord's idea, and the letting agent that they'd gone with recently-ish didn't like us very much for some reason. So then they tried to gaslight the landlord and landlady into thinking it was our fault, when we weren't even in the property when the damage was done. So yeah, that was a not very pleasant experience. You know, we'd been tenants of theirs for 13 years, and they chose to believe the letting agent that we'd never heard of, that didn't have a credible reputation or business record. But, you know, never mind. There were 2 rooms that weren't damaged, but unfortunately the PS2 wasn't in one of those rooms in the house we lived in, and the heating broke and the water went everywhere. Oh no. Yeah, that sucks. Unfortunately, we don't live in an era where PS2s are relatively cheap and everywhere, for some reason. I mean, you know, when I was a kid, I got mine for a fiver. Not even that. Less than that. Like, £3, which is something like, I don't know, €2 or something. Consider that a 4. I can't remember which way the conversion rates go, but... to be honest, if you look at it from an objective standpoint, if someone doesn't have a whole lot of money, even still, something like a PS2 or an original Xbox, for the prices people are asking for, that's decent entertainment, you know? You could get a handful of games for 20 quid and get a console for 70, and then that's, you know, pretty decent running for 100 quid, maybe less. Alright, I'm restarting this. This run was not off to a good start. Yeah, that's more or less what I would expect. It's a good console, to be honest. I wouldn't say that's a bad deal. If people started charging, like, I don't know, double digits for it, triple digits for it, I'd maybe raise an eyebrow, but still. I remember they did, well, reading about something that they did a while ago, which was, like, PS2's painted in, like, car paint. So there was, like, Millennium Yellow, there was, like, a metallic red, there was a silver one that wasn't, like, the regular bog standard silver one that you get usually. They were selling them in the UK up until 2012. You could get a PS2 Slim for 99 quid. See if my Drift Super is any good at, For me, it was a GBA and a PS2. Well, and an Xbox, a 360, but it wasn't mine. Never was. But what was mine was the PS2 and the GBA, so...
All call signs. We have a 911 call reporting a reckless driver. Suspect last seen westbound. Units in the area to head up.
Fair enough. Yeah, somehow I have an inkling I'm not going to be able to do this. Mine was... Lumines, actually. Because you need it to do homebrew stuff. I wish I had a 3DS, man. Like, seriously. I couldn't afford it. But... Yeah. Still works. Nice. My I never had like I had a DS, but it was never mine. It was my mum's. But my mum only had brain training on it, and I had all the other stuff. So, you know, I was using it quite frequently. Uh, she got it for Christmas in like 2007. Me, I had Wally, the movie tie-in game. I had uh, well, we had an R4 card, which, you know, if you know what that is, then
E.
ah, who eat me? Bark. I should have guessed. I have been eat. Ugh. Thanks, Nikki. Jesus. Fuck. Ugh. God, they're everywhere. How? What? Bruh. Okay. Alright, well, I'm gonna go and challenge Darius anyway. Yep. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Please go away, mate. Thank you. Oh, you were in the hiding spot? Are you actually... Right, no. I'm not having that. They were in the hiding spot. I can't believe that. Right. We go and we do this. This was difficult even in the base game. I'm pretty sure it's harder here. It wouldn't surprise me. Oh, what the fuck? Uh. I don't think this is supposed to... I don't think this is how this is supposed to go. Interesting. Alright, let's try going into the safe house and doing it. That was a bug. Okay, that is what I was expecting. So Kenji, Angie, and Wolf aren't necessarily difficult, but they're not easy either. I mean, in the canyon maybe, but not in the city. Ah, quit your laughing, you creepy bastard. Yay! Alright, this is where it's hard. It's quite a lengthy race as well, because you go all the way through the map. So you start in Fortuna, I think then you go to Kempton, then downtown, and then Silverton, which is where Darius is. It's either that or you cut through downtown twice. Oh yeah, you do, so this is Chinatown, see? So now this is Kempton. And now we go back through. Back through downtown on the way to Silverstone. Silverton, sorry. Not Silverstone. Silverstone is, pretty sure it's a racetrack, actually. Yeah, and then this is where Wolf catches up for some fucking reason. So he's on your tail this entire last section. There we go. So now that the three of them are out of the way, now you go against Darius. So, you know, he does the whole thing where he, like, you know, drives up with his mates, and then he's like, battle me on the streets, would you? And I'm like, yeah, whatever, you know, go away. Meh.
You know, I spent that money that you got framed for.
Not surprised.
I bought Nikki everything that you could.
Oh, wow, couldn't tell. So the trick here is, if he passes you, you lose. Most of the time. So you have to keep him behind you. He's by no means easy, both here and in the canyon. Yeah, he's only a second behind me, so he's pretty much right on my heels. Oh, I'm not going to win now. Yep, see, he just takes off. So if he gets in front of you, you lose, pretty much. So you have to stay in front of him all the time. Which, I'm going to be brutally honest, isn't fun. Like, a race where if he passes you, you lose is stupid. But I'm gonna have to, like... I am gonna have to do this. Because... if you quit this race, it doesn't save where you left off in terms of like the stages. You have to do the whole thing in one go. Like 4 races back to back. It's a big thing. Like a big thing. It's not something you can sort of casually approach. It's quite a hefty chunk of stuff you need to do. Nah. Yeah, that's a bit weird. That's not usually supposed to happen. I think that's a bug. Even 15 years later, this race still gets my heart pounding. Holy crap. Here we go. Now, I will be honest. This will take a few tries. The retries with the circuit race was just me fucking up. This is genuinely actually quite difficult.
No one can touch me.
Cap. Don't believe you, mate. Right, that's already after a shit start. I'm starting that again.
You're gonna want it.
See, one time I beat him, because he crashed into a car. He didn't fall off the cliff, but he crashed, so I just passed him. There are actually animations as well for every boss for if they fall off the cliff, Darius included, which I thought was neat. I don't know if I've got enough points, I don't think I do. 126k. I don't think that's enough. I actually genuinely don't think that's enough at all. I guess we'll find out. It's honestly, it's harder than you'd think. Stop laughing at me, you stupid fuck. Oh my god, I'm actually pulling away. How on earth? Am I just that cracked at hill racing? Jesus. I've never done that before. Well, there we go. That's the game beaten. Bye, mate.
The keys are in the car. Enjoy it while it lasts.
I will do, mate. Cheers.
There's always someone out there who's a little faster than you are.
No shit.
And sooner or later, they're gonna catch up.
Oh, yeah. Off he goes with his mate in the Jag. Kind of bothers me that they never actually picked up with this story ever again. Like, the story in between Underground, Underground 2, Most Wanted, and Carbon is isolated. Like, they don't, as far as I know, they don't pick this up anywhere. I mean, it's inferred that the guy that you play as in Pro Street is the protagonist of this, Ryan Cooper, and then he's mentioned in Undercover. But it was never explicitly stated. So, you know, I don't know if I ever... Did I unlock any of these? I don't know if I did. Oh, I did actually unlock one. I unlocked a Hummer. Ugh, how horrible. Ford Mustang GT Coupe concept. This thing is interesting. I'm not going to bother with the crew challenges to show you, but I think it's a 2003 Coupe GT concept. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. I mean, I might, you know, come back to this and do all of these, but to be honest, I don't think that would be enough for an entire stream, so I might just do this myself. But I think we had a pretty good run of that. Oh yeah, just shy of 2 hours. Well, I don't want another ad break, so let's find someone to raid. Sona is actually streaming at the moment. Sona Stargazer, so I guess we'll go and see them. Let me... Bark, if you would. I'm just going to copy it from the Twitch chat rather than... There we are. Right, so everyone get that copied down, including myself, and I will set us going. I'm just going to copy that. We go raid channel. Yeah, there we go.
I'm leaving, bye.
Oh, that always makes me laugh. Alright, let's go say hi to Sona.